How's it going, everybody? Dr. Robert Berghorn here, physical therapist and owner of Ascent Physical Therapy here in Long Island, New York, bringing you another iteration of Tactical Tuesday. And today we're going to be talking about a special topic that is going around a lot. It's a question I'm seeing a lot. It's a injury I'm seeing a lot, and that is plantar fasciitis. We're going to get a little bit into that. I've spoken about that a little bit this past year, but we're going to figure out a little bit about what you can do very simply and easily while we're dealing with everything going on with marathon season, because it is right here, it is right now. We have a couple of marathons coming up for the rest of the year, and we're still doing a lot of training, and people are still finishing up their training. They're starting their tapers already, especially if you're doing New York City Marathon. If you're doing Suffolk Marathon, good luck to all of you. But hold on and tune in for the rest of this so that I can give you a special offer. So please make sure you stay tuned. But we're going to be talking about and getting into it. Before we go and deep dive into it, what I want to mention is our Referral Rewards program, and that's still something that is going on. And if you refer anybody to me, if you refer a number of people to me, or if you see me for 10 visits within this quarter, or if you have any buddy that needs some kind of level of care and they sign up for a service with me, you get a special ticket that goes into the box. And at the end of the quarter, we get to pick that prize for you, or pick that person that will win that prize. And I have that. It came in the mail today, and that is a Hypervolt. So if you are interested in winning the Hypervolt, please make sure that you are referring people to me and making sure that they are getting in front of someone who can take care of them. There are endurance runners, active adults, and people who don't want to use medications, injections, or surgery in order to solve their problems. So let's get into it. Now, as I mentioned in my post yesterday, we talked about the similarity between injuries of new runners and injuries for marathon runners. And they are very generally the same. And why is that? You know, when we are talking about a new runner who has not done any previous running, or has done some on and off for fitness but has not been serious about it, they are adding an additional stress and strain to their body. By adding too much stress, activity, or doing too much intensity too soon, this is when we start to have breakdown. The same goes for the new amateur, or even the experienced marathon runner. The added strain of many miles over short periods of time, or not allowing enough rest and recovery, can get you into the same type of trouble. So what can we do about it? Especially when you only have a couple of weeks out from the race. You know, what can we do in order to get rid of your pain and keep you in tip-top shape so that you can perform your best on race day? Well, today's Tactical Tuesday is what we're going to talk about it. So this is especially for those who are dealing with that pesky, troublesome plantar fasciitis right now. So the plantar fascia itself is a network of connective tissue that extends from the heel to the first portions of your toes. It can be divided into multiple components, including a superficial and deep component, as well as an inner, central, and an outer portion. And the main purpose of this structure is to provide static support to the foot, but also assist in stability and a platform for you to develop force from through your muscles. Overexertion and overstress of this tissue will generally lead to pain at the middle or the inner portion of your heel, and can be sharp and or dull in nature, and is generally worse when you first get out of bed or starting activity, and it gets better as you begin to move around. Without the appropriate immediate treatment, it can progress to continued constant pain that doesn't go away. The more common avenues of treatment for this rely mostly around the foot itself, by massaging the foot, using a frozen water bottle, a tennis ball, lacrosse ball, while also using kinesio tape, stretching, massage, popping Tylenol or Advil. These are all common things, and common things that we all see in athletes and runners themselves, and especially in managing symptoms. But it doesn't get to the root cause of things. By not getting to the root cause and figuring out why this happened in the first place, you could be carrying that frozen water bottle or that tennis ball around for a long period of time. The general root causes for this can be anywhere of the following, but is generally related to too much strain and too much stress for what the tissue can tolerate. In order to actually treat this or prevent it from ever happening again, these are a few simple things that we can do and look at in order to implement right away. One, we want to make sure that we are getting enough recovery in. This can be in the form of any of the things that I have mentioned above, but this can also involve getting enough nutrients through your diet, including protein, vitamins, and minerals that are essential to recovery, making sure that you're getting enough rest, making sure that you're getting enough, at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And well, it may not be able to get you enough, but you want to make sure that you're feeling well rested. You want to make sure that you have enough energy for the day, and make sure that you have enough to spring back. You want to make sure that your programming is dialed in appropriately. If you are completing your workouts, especially in the late stages of your training plan, and you still feel like you're being destroyed the next day, something may be a little off, and a different type of a taper for your race may be needed in order to ensure that you are healthy on race day. Generalistic plans that are generally common around the internet is not something that is essential for you, and it may lead to small level of injury. It may lead to some level of stress. So make sure you get the right training plan. Getting into enough strength training is important as well. As I described above, plantar fascia is a passive structure that is connected to or affiliated with other active structures like your muscles. When we're using the smaller stabilizers of our foot or even the larger muscles in our legs, if they fatigue too soon because our muscles aren't able to tolerate the activity, the stress needs to go somewhere. The first part of your body that it finds is your plantar fascia. It could get beat up, leading to some of the pain that you're feeling in your heel or your mid part of your foot. And you want to wear the appropriate footwear, and this goes just beyond we're using the right type of shoe. You want to make sure that you're doing your workout. If you're doing your workouts in the afternoon or evening, and then you have a workout the immediate next day, that you're not using the same pair of shoes. The foam in our shoes are supposed to recover just like our bodies. If we're not using a second pair of shoes, especially if you have back-to-back workouts, you may be asking for a little bit of trouble with that. And lastly, seeking out a professional if things are getting awry and you can't get this to go away within a couple of weeks, by asking a physical therapist or someone who is very experienced with runners or endurance athletes, because it doesn't mean that you need to hang up your shoes in order to stop racing. If a race is coming up and is about to find the best plan at this point to get you across the finish line feeling happy and healthy as possible, seeking out a professional like myself would be very essential in order to getting you across that line better, especially if you're racing in the TCS marathon coming up for New York City. We don't necessarily want to be shutting down race day. It can be a necessary thing for us to shut down temporarily, but still doing some level of training that's pain-free so you're able to maintain fitness but still feel at 100% when we get to your race. I really hope this was helpful today. I hope it gives you guys a few ideas of what you should do in order to help ameliorate any kind of stress and strain that you may have within the plantar fascia. If you do need any assistance with help getting rid of this plantar fasciitis before race day, please reach out to us today at 516-387-4669. And additionally, for the rest of this month, we will be giving a 10% discount off for all New York City and Suffolk full and half marathon competitors up until October 14th for any medical sports or recovery massages. And if you are watching this on Instagram, or you can find that link in the bio, or if you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or in my email, you can find it in the description, or you can find it in the comments below. I hope everything was helpful today. If you do have any questions, of course, please feel free to leave that down below. I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. And again, if you do need anything specific, whether it's related to your plantar fascia or anything that's going on with your feet or your legs, please feel free to reach out to me before you go onto race day, just so I can help you feel a little bit better while you're getting onto race day. I hope you have a great evening, everybody, and I will see you guys next time on Tactical Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.